In an age of skyrocketing divorce rates, is it really possible to make love last? Welcome to the Falling in Love Forever show with doctors Barbara and Michael Grossman, the well-known relationship experts and best-selling authors of The Marriage Map book. Each week, they share the latest information to help you enjoy your romantic partnerships so you can fall in love forever. Here are your hosts, doctors Barbara and Michael Grossman.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Grossman,
I'm Dr. Barbara Grossman.
and we are the authors of The Marriage Map, the road to transforming your marriage from ordeal to adventure. And we talk about how to make relationships work, how to make your marriage joyful, fulfilling, deep, lasting love that gets more and more intense as the years go by. Tonight, we're going to talk about the keys to effective parenting. Parenting is a huge part of marriage, and each of us have to, in a marriage, work on that parenting activity. And it's quite a challenge. Thoughts, my dear?
Well, it's wonderful to have children. And when a child enters a family, a couple's life, usually the first bond a child makes is with mom, because mom, if she breastfeeds, is connecting with the baby at a 24-hour cycle of feedings on demand, probably, until it gets more regulated. And so mom and baby are very busy, and mom is tired. And in time, that can be less of a demand, but it's a good thing to have a general picture of how important it is to get baby on a schedule. And we talk a lot about structure, because structure is key for parents to not get overwhelmed by the presence of a baby. But this initial entrance of the baby into the family is a fair opportunity for the husband and wife to have some distance. And over time, that distance can grow and be uncomfortable. It is a distance that perhaps is necessary for a while, but it can be bridged if mom and dad get the baby on a schedule, and so that mom gets enough sleep, or dad gets enough sleep if he's doing nighttime bottle feeding, so that mommy and daddy need to have good sleep so that they can be their best during the day. And baby needs to be on a routine. It's good for a baby's body to eat the same times every day and sleep the same times every day. And the sooner you get that accomplished, the better it is for everybody concerned. And then as baby gets older, and baby is so charming, it's real important that baby continues to have an early bedtime so that mommy and daddy have some time for themselves. And it's good to have, as baby grows up, there are rules in the family that mommy and daddy agree on. It's so important that as partners that we have together, that we consult and create a structure of rules that organize the household. Because when children grow up, they know who the easier parent is, and they'll go and manipulate by being charming or nagging or whatever works. They'll get the better deal from the parent who offers a better deal, and that disconnects the parents. So it's very important that as a husband and wife, you understand that having children is a partnership project, and you want to get in on it on the ground floor before you feel disconnected. I have lots of couples who come to see me who've just lost that loving feeling because they don't get a chance to connect. They're so busy, focused on the baby. And we have to take care of our babies, but there's a way, structure is our friend. Routine and scheduling is our friend. We need to accomplish that. And it can be any schedule that works for the two of you, but the two of you need to be involved on all those decisions that create order in your house and allow you to love each other while you love your baby.
Now, the next key that we need to be aware of is that as the child begins to get into the 2-year-old age, their whole brain changes so much. Prior to that, they have a need for something and you take care of it. They're hungry, you take care of it. They get cranky, they need to sleep, you take care of it. You're dealing with their individual needs, and you basically say yes to whatever their needs are, and you coax them into a schedule as Dr. Barber describes. But then 2 years of age, what happens? Their whole experience of who they are as a person changes. No more do they experience that they are totally dependent upon mother and the breast for their food and nourishment. Now they have their own individual awareness of their own ego, their own personality, and they're different. I remember when I was a kid, I took care of a an 18-month-old in the Rockaway Beach in the little cottages by the ocean, and we were the best of friends. I was like 10 years old or something, and I just loved this little girl. She was like the sweetest, most loving thing. We were in love with each other. It was such a beautiful summer. I just absolutely adored her. The next year I came back and I expected that, wow, this is my dearest friend, how lovely she was. She's now 2.5 years old. She was a monster. I couldn't do anything with her. She was screaming and no, didn't like anything. Nothing was right. And she was like a terror. I was shocked. I had no idea how this could happen. How can a person transform from being this loving thing to being a monster? That's what it can happen when we're two, because we change and now we want our things the way we want them. And we want it our way. And we start pushing back against mommy. And that becomes a big, big argument, a big fight, a big wrestling match. This is a key time for the family. Unless the parents are teaching the child that from the age of 2 to 3, that there are rules in this household and there's things you have to obey, the child becomes unruly. You can imagine having a little puppy who's so sweet and cuddly, but then they get to be a certain age. If you don't create the rules, they have taken over the house. The house becomes a total mess. Everything falls apart. The same thing with a child. You've got to teach a child. If you haven't taught your child by the time they're 4, who is in charge? In charge is the mother and the father are in charge, and they have to listen to the mother and father. They can they can have their point of view. They can say, can I do this? Or I'd like to have it that way and so on. That's fine, but they have to have clarity of who's in charge. And it depends upon the child. Our oldest child always wanted to please mother and father. Many oldest childs are like that. They want to please mother and father. So mother and father make a little face and aren't so happy about it. Oh, I better not do that. Other children, we have a second one, that wasn't like that at all. They couldn't care less what mother and father were thinking. They wanted their way and it was a whole different experience of having a child. Some child are very, very strong-willed, and some child just want to please the parents. Well, if you have a pleaser, well, it makes it real easy. But if you have a child who's strong-willed, it's a responsibility of the parents to let the child know who the boss is. Now, you have to do it in a way that you're not just screaming at them. That's bad. You don't want to scream at a child. That puts you on the same level as the child. You just have a certain processes. Barbara and I have a whole course that we teach on parenting where we show you how you can get these things to be the way you want them to be. But it's real key. You got to start early. You can't wait till they're a teenager like Barbara and I did. We waited till our kids were teenagers. That's why we're experts in this. We can tell you all the things not to do. And we do that in our class. It's a real fun class. We invite you to take that. You can go on our website and you can get information about the classes on parenting.
Right. So Michael makes me laugh. Yes, I indulged our children. I just loved them and wanted them to be connected to us and have a good time. And I was happy to support all their interests and their requests until I found that what was missing in our house was structure. And so I have come to really appreciate structure, a structure where parents are respected, where the expectations are really clear, and all of that. When you organize that, and we can show you how. will give you the sweetness and the time to enjoy your children by playing games and puzzles and having great family dinners and guests over where you build a community but you need to have that structure. It's a balance for the love and joy that you have as a family. So we're happy to have you join us for our course.
And what we can say is that when you create these two first keys of creating structure and letting the parent, letting the child know who the authority figures are in the house, then you have the opportunity of really experiencing a lot of sweetness. The arguing and the upsets really settle down, and you could begin having those sweet times together that you would love to have with your children. But you could only have those sweet times together once you have created that structure that allows that sweetness to come out.
And part of the structure is that mom and dad are working together. There's no better deal with either parent. And so the children don't have an opportunity to get in between you and make one parent feel like they're not respected, so that you're consciously developing your plan for parenting and you're following through, and the children know what's expected of them, and they, believe it or not, they cooperate. And everyone's happy, and it's good to have a happy family.
So we invite you to go on our website, take our course on parenting, take our other courses. We have a whole bunch of courses coming out. And of course, you can take our class on creating intimate marriages that build on love that lasts forever. The Falling in Love Forever classes, 4 2-hour classes. You can again go on our website and get that information. It's a pleasure speaking with you. We look forward to hearing from you.
Wishing you love.
Thanks. Bye now.
Thank you for watching the Falling in Love Forever show with Doctors Barbara and Michael Grossman. Join us next week for another informative discussion to help you keep your love alive. Be sure to visit us at themarriagemap.com or find out about our relationship classes at fallinginloveforever.com.